Percent of change or rate of change. This is a digital lesson. And it starts out explaining how we would do this in real life. So explains what a percentage is and a real life example with money of how we would figure out a percentage of increase. And then the next slide has same thing, but a percentage of decrease. So percent of change. It starts out using bar models. So if we have an original amount of 150 and it rises by 60, what percent did it rise? So we're going to start out with a bar model. We're going to take that original 150 divided into 10 equal parts. So that means every part would be 15. Then we're going to add 60, which would be 4 more 15ths, 4 more parts. Now we're going to set this equivalent to our percentage, which would be 100. Again, 10 equal parts would mean each part would be 10. 100 divided by 10. And we're going to add the same amount, okay? So there's 4 boxes here. We're going to add 4 boxes here, or 4 additional parts of 10. And that would mean our increase was 40%, because this part of our bar models are percentages. They're going to do the next one on their own. So the original number was 70. It increased by 21. What percent did it increase? We're going to take our original number 70 and divide it into 10 equal parts. That would mean each part would be 7. And then we're going to add 21, which would be 3 more 7s. Okay, for our percentages bar model, again, we have every part is 10. 100 divided by 10. And if we add 3 more equal parts, that would be 30, 10, 20, 30. So our percent of increase would be 30. Students are going to do the same thing on the next slide. This time it's percent of decrease. And then we're going to look at the second method for figuring a percent of change. We can set up a ratio equation. So if you take the change over the original number, you can set that equal to the percentage over 100, or x over 100. So the change over the original number equals x over 100. You're going to cross multiply or use means and extremes. So 15 times 100 is going to equal 75 times x. Now, if they solve that algebraic equation, they're going to get 20, or the rate of increase 20%. So the students are going to do some of those on their own. So again, the change over the original number, they're going to create their equation and solve it to get their rate of change. And they've got 2 more slides where they're going to be doing that. And then the third method for finding the percent of change would be just a division problem. So you're just taking the change, dividing by the original number. So on a calculator, if you took 70 divided by 350, you would get a decimal answer of 20 hundredths, which would be equal to 20%. So the rate of change would be 20%. And they're going to do a couple problems like that. Now for the final slide, they're going to create a word problem on their own. They can use any words they want. The numbers are already there. So they could say a park full of puppies had a total of 40 dogs. 8 more dogs joined the group. What was the percent of increase? Now their answer is going to be the same, but they could just choose the words that they want to put in their own word problem. And they can solve it by any of the 3 methods. So that is a digital lesson on percent of change.